BMW M135i. Does this car deserve the title banger of the week? Well, it kind of did when it first came in a couple of months ago, but now it's all been sorted out, it's repaired, it's running right because it weren't running properly when it came in, and it's now it's sorted. So in this video we're going to talk about the problem, talk about the solution, we're going to have a little wander around it, then we're going to go for a little drive in it, and then near the end of the video we're going to do draggy times to see how quickly it does 20 to 70 mile an hour. It's a stage 2 car, it's running 400 brake horsepower, it's got a mad exhaust, it sounds bloody bonkers, so it's going to be an interesting video. Don't disappear, let's get on with the intro and get on it. So, M135i, 5-door in black, with an automatic gearbox. I think they're an 8-speed ZF gearbox, and like I say, when it came in it had an issue. Firstly, like visually, the wheels needed refurbing. They have now been done. I've actually since sold this car, so I sold it broken. It was actually our mechanic that bought it off us. He saw it up sale on our website and he was like, why are you selling that car so cheap? So the retail value for this car, I think it's about 10-ish thousand pounds. We had it advertised for £7,000 because it had this engine issue, okay? So he saw it up sale and thought, oh, I need to buy that car. And let me just show you the issue, because what we've done is we advertised it with the receipt that was in the glove box. Here it is there. It was diagnosed by BMW. If we quickly read this invoice out. Here we go. Checks of the vehicle and strip down of the engine has revealed the valvetronic motor and inspect what we call the eccentric shaft. Upon doing so, we have identified damage and chips within the eccentric shaft, which has been caused by the valvetronic motor failing. Further inspection shows signs of wear on the levers and bearings within the engine as well. Identified blah 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 blah. Parts cost £1,237 and then labour cost £1,140. So total price there quoted by BMW was almost £2,400, right? So we advertised it, like I say, with the engine issue. It was basically just running rough when it was warm on idle. So drive fine, start and drive fine, no problems at all. It's just once it was warm, it would just sort of idle funny. So obviously we can't sell it like that. We've got to advertise it with the issue, and doing so we undersold it by £3,000 because the quote there was £2,400. So Andre, our mechanic, the one who drives the 1 Series, which is parts over there, you know, the one with the big wing, he loved the BMW 1 Series, and he was like, look, let me take that car and have a look at it. So he had a look into it, and it turns out there was nothing wrong with the eccentric shaft. It was actually the fuel pump and the injectors that needed replacing. So he'd done all of them, put a downpipe on it, remapped it. It's now running 400 brake horsepower. There's no issues with the idling anymore, there's no issues with the running. Like I say, he had the wheels refurbed as well, but I don't know whoever's done them, and he's shooting because bloody paint's coming off in loads of places. Acrobovic tail tips there, they look really nice, but they are just tips because it's got, like I say, a straight pipe the whole way through from the, I think it's literally from the turbo all the way back. So yeah, let's quickly talk about the mileage. Pretty sure it's done quite a bit of mileage. Hop on the inside. Yeah, it's done almost 125,000 miles. Look at that temperature. Do you see the temperature there, man? Let's get the back of it. 26 degrees, guys. But forget about it. It's got massive spec, this car. Obviously the pre-facelift steering wheel, but it's got the automatic gearbox, which I mentioned. It's got heated seats. It's got a business stereo nav, Harman Kardon sound, just all the things you'd want. The only thing it hasn't got that I would love it to have is a sunroof. So, yeah. Should we see how it drives? I think that's the next step of the video. Let's jump out in it. Yeah, well, it feels good, I'll tell you that. Let's flick it over. Oh, it's in manual mode, yeah, that's it. The noise, the bloody noise. Because it's got so many gears, or these cars have got so many gears, they're so short and you just feel like you're constantly into the next gear, which sounds a bit pointless, but it's actually quite nice. Obviously it's well fiery to drive, one because it's real drive, and two because of the amount of power it's running. really playful. So Andre said he spent 700 quid on it in parts, so it's not a massive amount of money to repair it. And he's done a few little personal bits to it as well himself, like he's put the black grills in the front with the twin slats in them. He's put a front splitter on it as well, that looks quite nice. I noticed he's done the mirrors, and what else has he done? I noticed a carbon roof fin as well, that looks really nice. I did notice though, Andre, centre caps on your wheels, the rear ones I think are blue, the front ones are normal colour or the other way around. Yeah, they need sorting, but that aside, I don't really care about none of that. It's got a full tank of fuel in it, and it's driving absolutely spot on. The thing I've always loved about these cars is the fact that they're a big 6-cylinder engine, 3 litre, 320 horsepower I think from standard, in a little sports hatch with an automatic gearbox. It's just like the most unique combination. I don't think there's anything else anywhere on the car market that ticks all of them boxes. Little pops and bangs out the back. Not too harsh either. Sometimes people overkill it with pops and bangs, and this ain't too bad. The back end skipping out a little bit there. It doesn't have an LSD, so it's not too much of a handful to drive, although it is a little bit lively, as you can imagine. Look, we've got let's get them windows up. We've got a little pharmacy van in front, so we can't do too much. But it's nice to see. Like, obviously, this is how I trade. It's how I sell all of my cars. Nearly all of my cars go off to other car traders, and if they need any little bits doing, they sort of tidy them up, fix them up, and then advertising themselves with a profit in them. So it's nice to see that Andre's bought this car, he's spent a bit of money on it himself, put a bit of time into it, but if he wanted to sell this car today, he'd make a nice little profit out of it, and that is exactly what we're all about. So let's put out this junction. Yeah, the back end, they just don't, see what I mean about the short gears? They just don't kick out as much anyway, that's what I was about to say, like a normal rear-wheel drive car does, because it's got like the open diff. But anyway, let's now do draggy times, yeah? 3, 2, 1. Felt quick. So I don't think it's going to start with a 3. I reckon it'll probably start with a 4. Let's get the tray plate out the window there, rattling around. Answering a question to everyone that ever asks why I don't have a tray plate in my window when I'm filming videos. I do, obviously I do, but I don't because of the rattle, yeah? That kind of answers that question. So yeah, if the 20 to 70 mile an hour draggy times start with a 3, I'll be impressed, but I reckon it's going to start with a 4, but we'll see, yeah? I'll do a couple more runs as ever and come back to you in a sec, all right? That's it. That's a better run. So I've just done a video on the S2000, so that would have gone up in the previous video I think, and this feels so much quicker than that S2000. Not putting S2000s down, because understandably this is quicker, but yeah, this feels quick, man. So right, so I've just done draggy times and the results are in. It done 20 to 70 mile an hour in 4.8 seconds. So I was miles out. There's no way it was this hitting a 3. It feels a lot quicker than that, I would say, but that's timed, man. So one thing that is quite interesting is, like I said, Andre's got the 135D that he built. It would have been funny if this had to beat that. It didn't beat that. I think that done it in 4.65 seconds. And the A45 AMG that I done a video on a couple of weeks ago, that was actually quicker than this. And there was 2 of us in that car as well. So it goes to show how quickly an A45 AMG is. Like, they're probably not my most loved sports hatch. They are definitely a massively loved sports hatch. Personally, I prefer an M135i, but it gives you an idea how well one of them A45 AMG performs in stock form. That was a stock car as well. So yeah, really interested. This is an amazing car. I think the point of this video was to show you that it is now running, credit to Andre, it's running like absolutely spot on. There is no running issues with it whatsoever. You can't doubt I wouldn't say that I'd have doubt in what BMW have said. If they've looked inside the engine and seen that there's a bit of wear on the eccentric shaft, then so be it. You can actually buy a second-hand eccentric shaft on eBay for about 100 or 200 quid, so it's not the end of the world if that did ever need replacing. But it's nice to see that Andre didn't have to spend the £2,400 that's quoted by BMW. He's done it well within sort of £1,000. So yeah, job done. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, do me a bloody favour, hit that like button. Let's try and get a couple of thousand likes, man. Yeah, a couple of thousand likes, not difficult. It's going to get 50-odd thousand views at least, this video. So yeah, a couple of thousand likes. Hit subscribe if you are new to my channel as well. New video every Wednesday and Sunday at 6 o'clock. And if you're on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary. And I'll see you in my next video. All right, bye. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, this one's going to be interesting. My friend Ben has got this E63 AMG and he's confident that it's going to be somewhere near the top of my Draggy leaderboard. Find out how well it gets on in Sunday's video.